We will take different operations in integration. For example, if a constant is there with a function, how to integrate? U is a function of x. Okay, I'll do one thing. Instead of u, I'll write f of x. So remove the k outside and integrate the function. This is the first rule. If a constant is present with a function, remove the constant outside and integrate the function. So what will be the integral of 5 raised to 5 sine tan x dx? Tan 5 sec square x dx. So if number is present, remove the number outside, integrate sec square x. What will be my answer? 5 tan x plus the integral constant. Every time we'll have to write integral constant, because if you differentiate with a constant, you will get this as answer. Okay, now we come to, if there are two functions connected by a plus sign. Let's say I have f of x plus g of x. How to integrate when there's a plus sign? So naturally, integrate the function f of x plus integrate the function g of x. Usual method, like derivative, there's no change in it. Even if it is minus sign, the same formula holds good. So for example, I want to integrate 3x squared plus 4x plus 5 divided by, let's say, root x. I want to integrate this. It's a division, but there is no formula in integration for division. There's no division rule. So you need to convert it either addition or subtraction, which you can do it as long as this is a single term. You can separate it. 3x squared upon root x, 4x upon root x, plus 5 upon root x, whole into dx. Which can be written as 3 into constant. 3 is a constant. So if there's a constant, remove the constant outside. X squared upon root x. X squared upon x raised to half. That is x raised to 2 minus half. So that is x raised to 3 by 2 into dx. I'm separating because over a plus sign you can separate. Plus 4 outside. X upon root x is x raised to half. Because x upon root x. X power 1, x power half, 1 minus half will give you half. Plus 5 outside. Integral of 1 by root x. Either directly use the formula if you remember it. If you don't remember it, x raised to minus half. Now integration means increase the power and divide the power. 3 into x raised to 5 by 2 divided by 5 by 2. Plus 4 into x raised to 3 by 2 divided by 3 by 2. Plus 5 into integral of 1 by root x. 2 root x plus c. You can directly apply this formula, or you can use x raised to minus half formula. So final answer, 3 into 2, 6, 6 by 5. X raised to 5 by 2 is 5 upon 2 is 2 plus half. So it became x square root x. 5 by 2 is 2.5. 2 corresponds to x square, half corresponds to root x. This become 8 by 3. X raised to 3 by 2. 3 by 2 is 1.5. So 1 is x root x plus 10 root x plus c becomes your final answer. This is how we need to separate and integrate. Remember, u divided by v, we do not have formula. We have operation rules only this much. If a constant is present, remove the constant. Addition, subtraction is there, just distribute the integral over addition. You will distribute integral over addition. Even for subtraction, you can distribute. But division or multiplication, we do not have a formula. Let's have a look at another problem. I want to integrate, let's say, 3x plus 2 into 1 by x plus 4. Right. 1 plus 4x upon x. Let me make the function this way. So there is no question for us to this function. We do not have a product rule. We don't have a division rule like derivative. So you need to expand and separate. So what I'll do is, first I'll open the bracket. 3x into 4x is 12x square. 3x plus 8x, 11x. 3x plus 8x, 11x plus 2 divided by x. Now, the denominator is single term. Whenever a single term comes, you can separate it. So I can write 12x square upon x. So 12x. 11x upon x. 11. 2 upon x. Now what I can do? Remove the constant outside. 12 integral x dx. Remove the constant outside. 11 integral 1 dx. When constant comes, either 11 dx you can write, or 11 into 1 dx. Plus 2 integral 1 by x dx. So my answer, 12. Integral of x, increase the power by 1. X square by 2. 11. Integral of 1. What should I differentiate to get one answer? X. The derivative of x is 1. So integral of 1 is x. Plus 2 into. What the integral of 1 by x? Whose derivative is 1 by x? Log x derivative is 1 by x. So log of modulus x plus the constant. Every integral sign has a constant. But if you add constant, you get a single constant. So we need to write the constant only once in the formula answer. We don't have to, independently, you don't have to write one constant for each. Because that means the same thing. Because constants added, you'll get another constant. And that is this constant c. So you need to write the integral constant only once in your answer. You don't have to write for each and every term. When you integrated this, x square by 2 plus c, you don't have to write that. You don't have to write integral of 1 x plus c. Integral of log x plus c. That's not required. You need to write only once in the whole answer. Now let's see different techniques, how we can integrate with so much limited formula. We have very few formula with us. X raised to n, 1 by x. Then we have e raised to x, a raised to x. And then sin x, cos x, sec square. We don't have integral of tan x, sec square x, cosec square x, sec x tan x, and cosec x cosec x cot x. That's formula we have. Using this many formulae, how will we find integral of different functions? First of all, let's have a look at this. If I want to integrate 3x plus 5 square dx, absolutely no problem. I can integrate directly 3x plus 5 the whole cube divided by 3 into 3 plus c. Power divided, coefficient of x divided. But if I want to integrate 3x square plus 5 the whole square dx, I cannot apply this formula, this technique, because it is not linear. When it is linear, then only direct formula can be applied. If you apply this formula on this, then derivative will not match. Your answer will and the derivative will not be correct. So what we must do for such case, this is my first method. Whenever the power is there, and if it is not linear, expand it, a plus b the whole square formula. 9x raised to 4 plus 30x square plus 25. I hope it's correct. Expansion, check the expansion. 9x square the whole square. 3 into 5, 15 into 2, 30. 30x square plus 25x. Then you can separate and integrate. Constant 9 outside, integral x raised to 4 dx. 30 outside, integral x square dx. 25 outside, integral 1 dx. Now you can apply the formula. 9 into integral of x raised to 4, x raised to 5 upon 5. Plus 30 into x cubed by 3. Plus 25 into integral of 1 is x plus c. And you need to write c only once. Here there's a possible of cancellation. You may cancel it, and that gives me the final answer for that problem. Now let's see what I should do for this problem. Integral of root of 3x plus 2 plus 1 upon root of 4x minus 3 dx. Let me always, I'm taking plus, so this time let me take minus. How do I integrate this? Naturally, directly can apply because they are all linear. As long as it's a linear, no tension. Directly increase the power method as we applied. So 3x plus 2 raised to half dx minus, either you can write raised to minus half, or you may use 1 by root formula, whichever you feel convenient. So my answer would be 3x plus 2 raised to increase the power 3 by 2 divided by 3 by 2 into coefficient of x. Do not forget that coefficient of x minus 4x minus 3 raised to minus half plus 1 will give you plus half divided by half into coefficient of x plus integral constant. You can simplify this as 2 by 9, 3x plus 2 raised to 3 by 2. So 3x plus 2, either write 3 by 2 or 3x plus 2, you can write this way. Then this 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. So I can write minus half root of 4x minus 3 plus. Even if you write in this manner 3x plus 2 raised to half, no problem. Now let's see the next one. Next problem. What will you do in this case? Integral root of 2x plus 3 minus root of, let's say, 2x plus 1. Because of the minus sign, 1 upon a minus b cannot be written as a raised to minus 1, b raised to minus 1. This is foolishness. You can't separate this as 1 by a minus 1 by b. This is foolishness. This is wrong. So you cannot separate this because the sign is in the denominator. So what should I do? In such case, what I should do this? What I'll do is, I'll rationalize it. I'll multiply by the conjugate. Root of 2x plus 3 minus root of 2x plus 1. So I'm multiplying with the conjugate, so plus came here. Divided by root of 2x plus 3 minus root of 2x plus 1 into root of 2x plus 3 plus root of 2x plus 1. So I multiplied by the conjugate of the denominator. Now this turned to be root of 2x plus 3 plus root of 2x plus 1, and the denominator became a minus b into a plus b. So root went away and root went away. So this was possible because the coefficient of x both the places was same. So x got cancelled. If the coefficient would have been different, this method would have failed. So every problem, you have different technique. So you cannot apply the same technique for every problem. Whenever the coefficients are same, then only you can apply this method, because then only the denominator turns to be a constant. If the denominator had an x here, then this method would have failed and we could have not applied. So the constant 3 minus 1 is 2. That 2 I am taking common, and then I am going to integrate each one. So it is 2x plus 3 raised to half dx plus integral 2x plus 1 raised to half dx. Now I can integrate it. Half into 2x plus 3 raised to 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2 plus 2x plus 1 raised to 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2. I forgot something. Can you tell me what did I forget? The coefficient of x. This is one which you are likely to forget. So the coefficient, you need to divide by the coefficient of x, and hence this 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. This 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. You can take 3 common and write your final answer. So if the function is of this kind, integral 1 upon root of ax plus b, either plus or minus, root of, if it is ax here, ax only should come. You can have any number as a constant, that would not make any difference. So if the coefficients are same, then only this technique of rationalization can be applied. Otherwise, this technique of rationalization cannot be applied. Now we'll integrate algebraic function of a special kind. Imagine I have a polynomial in the numerator and a polynomial in the denominator. If you have an integral of this kind, you have direct formula for this. Log of modulus 3x plus 5 upon 3 plus the integral constant. But if you have an x term in the numerator, let's say we have a 2x plus 3 upon 4x plus 1. Or if we have 2x square plus 3x plus 1 upon 2x plus 5. That is a polynomial upon another polynomial, polynomial upon another polynomial, polynomial upon another polynomial. The degree of the numerator is greater or equal to, degree is 1 year, degree is 1 year, degree is 2 year, degree is 1. Degree of the numerator is either greater or equal to the denominator. If the degree is lesser, we have direct formula. If the degree is greater or one is equal or greater, in this case, what should we do? So in this case, what we do is, we express this as quotient plus remainder upon divisor. Whenever we come across a polynomial upon another polynomial, if the degree is equal or greater, we will express it this way. You know that when you divide, let's say px is divided by qx, then you will get a quotient, you will get a remainder, and this is nothing but divisor. So quotient plus remainder upon the divisor. We'll express it that way. So let's have a look at this problem. Integral 2x plus 3 upon 4x plus 1. Here, one method is you can divide like this. I'll show you the division method first. So 2x plus 3 should be divided by 4x plus 1. How do you divide? The coefficient of x divided by the coefficient of x. So 2 divided by 4, so 1 by 2. When you multiply 1 by 2 with 4x, you get 2x. And 1 by 2 with 1, you get 1 by 2. Then you subtract. When you subtract, 3 minus half will give you 5 by 2. So I can write this integral as quotient. Quotient is half. Quotient, half. Plus remainder, 5 by 2. By the divisor, 4x plus 1. Now it is possible for me to separate them. 1 by 2 outside, integral 1 dx. 5 by 2 outside, integral 1 upon 4x plus 1 dx. So now my answer became half integral of 1, whose derivative is 1, x, plus 5 by 2 into 4x plus 1, 1 upon 4x plus 1, 1 upon x integral is log x. So log of modulus 4x plus 1 upon 4 plus c. Now 2 and 4 will multiply and become 8, and that becomes your answer. So whenever we have degree equal, you can use this method. I'll also teach you another method by logical method. What is the logical method? Logical method is, denominator is 4x plus 1. Make this also 4x. If you multiply and divide by 2, this will become 4x plus 6. Make the coefficients the same. First step is to make the coefficients same. After making the coefficients same, you bring 4x plus denominator in the numerator. Bring the denominator term in the numerator. Then separate it. Remember, 1 by 2 is common for each. 4x plus 1 upon 4x plus 1, 1. 5 upon 4x plus 1 into dx. Now we can integrate this. 1 by 2 into x plus 5 log 4x plus 1 divided by 4 plus c. So you get the same answer as what we got here. So this is also second way of division. Whatever said and done, we are expressing it as quotient plus remainder upon divisor. You can either use this technique. The denominator was not, coefficient of denominator was not matching with the numerator. We made it match by dividing and multiplying by 2. When you multiply this by 2, 4. When you multiply this by 6. Then bring the denominator term in the numerator by arranging the constant. Then separate and integrate. This is one option to divide. This is another option to divide. You can use whichever method you are convenient. You can use that. This one. Polynomial, degree is 2, degree is 1. Degree of the numerator is greater. So method is division. So 6x square plus 17x plus 10 should be divided by 2x plus 3. Now your aim is to make it into quotient plus remainder. So don't think about factorizing it. There's no use of factorizing it. You need to get in the format quotient plus remainder upon divisor. Then only you can integrate. So you need to bring it into this format. So your first aim is to divide it. So 6x squared divided by 2x. 6x squared divided by 2x. So you will get 3x. Now multiply 3x with the 2x. So first divided by first will give you this answer. So you will get the answer as 6x square plus 9x. Now subtract. Now subtract. In 8x and 10. Then it became 8x divided by 2x will give you 4. 8x divided by 2x. Always the highest divided by the highest. So 4 into 2x, 8x. 4 into 3, 12. So the remainder became minus 2. So now I can write this as quotient. What is quotient here? 3x plus 4. Plus remainder minus 2. Divisor 2x plus 3 into dx. Now separate it. 3 integral x dx. Next is 4 outside integral 1 dx. 4 into 1 dx. Minus 2 outside 1 upon 2x plus 3. Always remove the constant outside the integral. Integration means increase the power. X square by 2. 4 into integral of 1 x minus 2 log 2x plus 3 divided by 2 plus c. This 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. From where you got this 2? The coefficient of x divided by the coefficient of x. So that becomes your, let's have a look at this. Integral of 2x plus 3 upon root of 4x plus 1. Again the same idea we're going to apply. The denominator term will bring it to numerator. First and foremost thing, here it is 4x and it is 2x here. So divide and multiply with 2. So it becomes 4x plus 6 divided by root of 4x plus 1. So first step is make the coefficient of x same in both numerator and denominator. After you have done that, next step is make the second term also come to numerator. So 4x plus 1 plus 5. 6 can be split as 4x plus 1 plus 5. Now we can separate. So half into integral 4x plus 1 divided by root of 4x plus 1. Remember, this half is common for the whole answer. Dx plus this 5 is a constant. Integral 1 upon root 4x plus 1. I have not written too many steps here. This upon this is a first integral. This upon this is a second integral. Now there is a common factor you can cancel. You know that a upon root a. A can be written as root a into root a. So that one root a can be cancelled. So a upon root a is root a. A upon root a is root a. So 1 by 2 integral root of 4x plus 1 dx plus 5 integral 1 upon root 4x plus 1 dx. Now what I can do? This is 4x plus 1 raised to half. So I have direct formula for this. Half into integral 4x plus 1 raised to half dx. And this can be written as either directly 1 upon root x integral to root x. You can directly apply it. But if you feel not very confident, then you can write it as 5 integral 4x plus 1 raised to minus half dx. Actually, there is a direct formula. It is better to apply the direct formula. But initially, let me use this. 4x plus 1 raised to 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2 into 4. From where did I get that 4? 4 is the coefficient of x. Again here, 5 into 4x plus 1 raised to minus half plus 1 is half upon half into 4 plus 6. Now, when we cancel this both, this becomes 6, this becomes 2. So I can open the bracket. 6 into 2, 12. 1 by 12. 4x plus 1 raised to 3 by 2. Now 2 into 2, 4. So 5 by 4. 4x plus 1 raised to half. So you may use root of 4x plus 1 plus 6. This is how you can write. Someday the book may give you 4x plus 1 raised to 3 by 2 can be written as 4x plus 1 into root of 4x plus 1. So you know that 3 by 2 is 1 and half. 1 becomes 4x plus 1 raised to 1 and half raised to half becomes root. So sometimes the book may give you this way or may give you this way. In the exam, you can write any method that does not. Here comes the meaning of integration. What they are given is the derivative of the function, and we are asked to find what is the function. So if the derivative is given and we want to convert it back to the function, that is a place where we use integration. If the velocity is given and you want to calculate displacement, we use integration. We know that if the displacement is given to you and if you want to calculate velocity, we need to differentiate the displacement. So if the velocity is given to you and we want to calculate it, what we must do? We must integrate velocity. So whenever displacement is given, you want to find velocity, differentiate. Velocity is given, you want to find the displacement, integrate. So integration is the reverse process of differentiation. So here the derivative is given and we want to find the function. So what you must do? If I integrate this, I will get the function. So let's integrate it. So f of x is nothing but integral of f dash x dx. That is integral of 4x cube minus 3x square plus 2x plus k into dx. Now term by term we can integrate it. 4 outside integral x cube dx minus 3 outside integral x square dx, 2 outside integral x dx. When a constant alone comes, k comes outside 1 dx. Now on integrating this, I'll get 4x raised to 4 upon 4 minus 3x cube upon 3 plus 2x square upon 2 plus kx plus the integral constant, which I reduces to x raised to 4 minus x cube plus x square plus kx plus c. This is your function, but we need to calculate the value of k and c too. For that, these two conditions are given. These conditions are given to find out the unknown. First, we'll apply f of 0 is 1. F of 0 is 1. So let's calculate f of 0. 0 raised to 4, 0 cube, 0 square plus k into 0 plus c should be 1, which implies c is equal to 1. So we got c's value. Now we need to calculate what is the value of k. To find the value of k, I need to calculate f of 1. So I will write it over here, f of 1. F of 1 is equal to, substitute all x by 1 here, 1 raised to 4 minus 1 cube plus 1 square plus k into 1 plus c. And f of 1 is 4, this should be equal to 4. So I can write 1 and 1 got cancelled, so 1 plus k, c is 1, k plus 1 equal to 4. C's value is replaced by 1, so k is 2. So we got the value of c, we got the value of k, now I can write my answer. So my function f of x, therefore my answer will be, the function f of x will be x raised to 4 minus x cube plus x square, and k's value is 2, so plus 2x, and c's value is 1, so plus 1, that is my function f of x. This is also an important question for the examination. They do ask this type of question. They will give you the derivative and ask you to calculate the function. It's usually a 2 marks question. A small change in the problem. Again, f dash of x is given. You're asked to find f of x. But instead of giving f of 0, they give you f dash of 0 and f of pi by 2. That's all the difference. Here there is a small difference between the previous and this. So let's see how to do it. First and foremost thing, let me go for finding f of x. F of x is integral f dash x dx. If you integrate the derivative, integral and derivative will get cancelled. Integral and derivative get cancelled. So integral k into cos x minus sin x dx. That k goes outside. Integral of cos x dx minus integral of sin x dx. That became k into integral of cos x is sin x. When answer is c, then only minus sign. Integral of sin x is cos. Answer is c, so minus of minus plus. Now there are two unknowns, one is k and c. Using f dash of 0. What is f dash of 0? We need to substitute in f dash of x. So I'm going to calculate f dash of 0. F dash of 0 is obtained by substituting in f dash of x, not in f of x. So k into cos 0 minus sin 0. and that should be equal to 3. Cos 0 is 1, sin 0 is 0, so k's value is 3. So we got k as 3. Now we need to calculate c's value. So I'm going to rewrite f of x. Therefore, f of x is equal to, instead of k, I'm going to write 3 sin x plus cos x plus c. Remember, first I used f dash of 0. So original function I substituted and got k's value. Now they are given f of pi by 2. So f of x we have calculated over here. We have used that to get f of pi by 2. So f of pi by 2 is 3 into sin pi by 2 plus cos pi by 2 plus c should be equal to 15. Now I can say 3 into 1 plus 0 plus c should be 15. So c is 12. So I got the value of k, I got the value of c, so I can substitute here and write the function. Hence, this answer is f of x is equal to k is 3 into sin x plus cos x plus c is 12, and that gives my answer. This is the formula to calculate the function f of x.